would have thought that the end of the world would be this delicious? Greetings from the end of the world. My name's VHP, and I think I'm one of the last surviving vegan doomsday preppers. Now let's recap. All the meat eaters died, most of the vegans died in the tofu wars, and a small handful of us survived in climate-controlled bunkers. And up on the surface, the Earth is an ecological nightmare, uninhabitable hellscape. Let's make a vegan ramen tower. Now, most vegans would just chow down on these instant noodle cups. But I like to pimp them out, because I'm not a savage. The key to the most amazing meaty ramen tower are these. They may sound like chips, but they're actually soy protein. It's called Taiwanese beef slice. You actually rehydrate them. A lot of people just put them in hot water. I like to boil them in a flavory broth. So let's do that right now. It's time for the fire. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is drop these soy slices into the water and bring it to a boil. But I also have this nice savory soup stock. It's actually Vietnamese, and it's actually a pho stock. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some seasoning, because these beef slices are basically a blank slate. And I stir it up. It takes about 20 minutes for these to rehydrate, but if you rehydrate them in boiling water, it takes about 5. I'm also gonna use the same water to cook my ramen. Now we have a couple of packets here. Packets are generally very salty, but we're gonna keep them aside and bring them in later. Now I might be the only human on this planet, and I might be doing these recipe videos to stay sane, but if you're out there, I definitely will share, and I look forward to someday meeting another vegan and, maybe, giving you a jar of beef slice, because it's really a great product. See, we have it here and it's boiling up. And then I used a pho base, but I'm also going to go ahead and put in the ramen base now. Just bring this down a bit. It's boiling very enthusiastically. This one's fancy. It has kind of a runny base. Let's go ahead and stir this up. Looks like kind of a miso base with this one. Now there's some like crunchy toppings. We're gonna save those for later. This is going to be a soupless ramen tower. But what I like to do is maybe save the soup for later for another dish. And you can freeze it. You don't want anything to go to waste when you're stuck in a bunker for the rest of your life. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the noodles in. We're gonna go ahead and get those noodles hydrated. Okay, it's looking good. And the beef is looking very flippy. In fact, I'm gonna try one right now. Delicious! And meaty. Yeah, kind of missed the trolls. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain this, and we're gonna go to step 2, which is a pan fry. So the noodles are drained. First, heating up some neutral oil in the pan. Now this is a great recipe for anything you have left over to throw it in, because it's all about improvisation. Now I got a low heat, gonna throw in some minced garlic. Well, sort of minced. It's the end of the world. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's season that oil with some garlic. Okay, then I'm gonna throw in, because it takes longest to cook, I'm gonna throw in some carrots. Tossing in some king oyster mushrooms and some red bell pepper. This is all beautiful veg that I lovingly grew in my hydroponic terrarium. Time to throw in some rice. Now this rice is like stale. It works great for this. This is a great dish for all sorts of leftovers. Because when you live 60 feet under the ground in a climate-controlled bunker, you gotta use everything. Throwing in some snow peas and some green onion, season with some salt and pepper. And now, let's add the noodles and the meat. Try to mix all this together. And let's add the toppings. Kind of a crispy, crunchy top. Now I like to finish this with a little bit of sesame oil. This looks like it's ready. Let's take it off the heat. This is my favorite part. It's tower time. Putting in the green part of the green onion. Some fresh cilantro. I hope it doesn't taste like soap to you. To me, it's delicious. And let's scoop in the noodles and the meat. This whole stir fry situation. Let's push that down. And now, for the moment of truth. Ramen tower. Now I'm not finished. Let's add a little bit more flavor. We got some sushi sauce, sriracha, vegan Kewpie mayo. Just because you live in a bunker doesn't mean you can't live like a king. Vegan ramen tower. Time to try it. Knocking it down. Grab a little bit of meat. I don't have to worry about being a slob. I'm the last person on earth. Spectacular. So I want you all to like and subscribe if you're alive. And join me on the next episode. If I survive. It's really good. There's no place like bunker.